Well, what's up, YTPC? Uncle Willie coming to you from the mobile lounge on this rainy Sunday. You see, I got my rain roof open. Smoking a cigar. Had a pipe earlier, some penny farthing. Stuff's pretty good. I forgot how much I liked it. I want to take some penny farthing and mix it with some dark fired, a Kentucky of some sort, give it some more smoky flavor and take away some of the perique flavor. I think that'll turn out pretty good. If it works out all right, I already got a name that I want to call it. I'll tell you how it works out. Smoking a cigar, I'm having an Undercrown, and non-typical of Undercrown is to start burning bad. Well, you can see right there where the tobacco looks like it wanted to fish mouth, which it probably will. I wanted to see if it would catch up because it's a premium cigar. And it appears it's going to catch up. It's starting to take more along the backside there. But it looks like there was a big stem stick under the wrapper, and that's what made it burn up like that. It sort of expanded and then let the air go up through it. No fault of mine. I'm going to say no fault of the roller, other than him overlooking that stick when it should have been turned around and rolled that leaf the other way. The stick should have been up at the cap end instead of the foot. So that's what I'm doing, sitting out here, taking a break from separating meat. Yeah, meat. We went to Sam's yesterday, Sam's Club. Some of y'all know what it is. The across the pond probably don't know. It's a shopper's club where you buy in bulk. Like we bought a pack of steaks that you get 4 big New York strips, you know, at a lower price than what you would pay at the supermarket. And Sam's is actually the owner of Walmart, so you can compare the meats from their store from Walmart to Sam's. But we got New York strip fillets, pork chops, big 2-pound pack of brisket that's already smoked. All you gotta do is, which I separated it, put a couple of slices in a pot with some barbecue sauce, and just have brisket sandwich or brisket by itself or whatever. The wife got a freaking 17-inch salmon fillet. I call it salmon. The salmon fillet, pork chops, bacon. That's already done. I separated everything. We bought a big 10-pound roll of hamburger, and I slice it into, it's a roll about 5-6 inches in diameter, 18 inches long, something like that. I measure it out and divide it up over how many that I can get. I got 10 out. Usually you get 10, but this was a little over 10 pounds. So I got almost 11 pounds. I put them in 1-pound packages and then put them in a big bag and freeze them, put them in the freezer. Biscuits, they got homemade buttermilk biscuits, just like Mama used to make. You buy a 24-pack for like $5. I'll separate those and put 4 in a bag. I usually only eat 2 biscuits at dinner, so does the wife. So we got 6 bags of biscuits. shoot, man, pork chops. We got a couple of meals that are already prepared. Just got to put it together and warm it up. So we spent like $500 yesterday on meats and other stuff. Of course, candy and some other munchies and whatnot. Then we went to Walmart afterwards and then spent another almost $300. So yesterday was damn near $1,000 grocery day. But we won't have to go back for a while. See how it's catching up? Usually if you just let it go, a nice premium cigar will usually catch up even when there's a malfunction in the middle. It's going to end up, actually going to end up falling soon, because with it being expanding, it's, obviously it's not holding together, and one side's going to fall before the other. So I'm going to try to make sure I dump it before it ashes myself. Speaking of ash, let me get rid of that. Steve from Smoking Cardboard asked a question the other day. He was just curious about the cork knocker that's in an ashtray, a pipe ashtray. Do you knock or do you not knock? Well, I bought an ashtray last year from Boswell's. It was a double pipe ashtray that would hold two pipes, one sitting one way, one sitting the other. Had a round center, and then the pipe on the outside, and it had a knocker in the middle. Notice I said it had. Leaving it out in the weather, it affected the glue. It's just cheap glue on them. You just peel it and stick it. If you glue it in with something else that's going to bond better, it would last longer. But just peel and stick stuck in there. I bought it already in the ashtray. With the weather, it ended up coming out. I went to dump my ashtray in my little can out back, and the knocker fell off. I never bought another one. I thought about it, buying one and sticking it in the middle to turn it back into the knocker ashtray. But he made a good point that I never thought of, because I didn't really use the knocker that often, and when I did, I took the bowl and only tapped it on the side, not upside down, and knock it out. I just tapped it to dump the ash is all I really did. But he made a point that if you use the knocker, some people smoke their pipes down more than other people. If you use the knocker to get the tobacco, the dottle, whatever, out of your pipe, you're covering the top of that knocker with ash. And then every time you smack it on there, you knock it, you're grinding that ash in the rim of your pipe. And that made sense. And I was like, and then it's grinding in. Now you gotta, some people don't like to get the rim of their pipe messed up. Some people only like to put their bowl 3/4 of full, so they're not putting any heat around the top to char the top of the bowl, the rim. I pack my pipe full and just light it up and go. If the rim chars, the rim chars. I'm not babying a pipe. I bought it to smoke, and smoke means getting it hot, put fire to it. That's my point. You might have different views on it. But I see what he was talking about with the ash being ground in by knocking it on there like that. So that makes me think even more. I don't want that knocker on my ashtray, because I usually take, with most Tampers have a pick, and I usually take the pick and go in the bowl loosen up everything and then dump it. And if I have to, I'll just tap it gently on the ashtray or whatever it is I'm dumping the ash in, just to make sure I got it all. And then I go back through and get the rest of it. I rarely use the scoop, the knife side, to clean out the dottle and the unsmoked tobacco. I hardly ever use this at all. I only use the tamper and the pick. And this is my favorite tamper by far. And the reason being is it's flat. So you can take it on your pipe and put it over the bowl, and you can use it the same way you do your finger when you're smoking your pipe and you're like you're playing a trumpet or something. This, if you just turn it over, it works fine to, you know, resurrect the fire that's in the embers. But yeah, I got to thinking about it, and I was like, well, now I know I'm not going to buy a knocker and put back in that ashtray, because you're just grinding it in as you knock it out. It makes sense that it just dirties it up even more. And so then that made me want to ask a question about tampers. What kind of tamper do you like? I like this one because it's small in diameter and it'll fit the bottom of every bowl that I have, every pipe that I have. And if you take this up, it makes it even thinner, that it'll fit down to the bottom of any pipe. And then if you need to, you can still get thinner yet. So that gets you all the way to the bottom of any pipe. A bigger tamper in diameter, some pipes, like Virginia pipes with a taper bowl, you're limited to how far you can get down in there before you start hitting the sidewalls, and now you quit tamping. But I do like this tamper. It's made by 8Deco. I like it because it has the holes in it, so it can play the same part of when you're smoking your pipe and you put this down in there and just touch the flame, pull it up, touch the flame, pull it up, not really tamp it, just enough to resurrect the flame as you would with your finger on the top or doing it with this. I know you know what I'm talking about. I feel kind of funny explaining this, but I know you know what I'm talking about. These holes work wonders. Excuse me. And 8Deco, you can probably see the name right there. They're available all over the place. And multiple stores have them, multiple sizes, colors, everything, but the tamper's always the same. This is the bamboo, costs like $5. I had quite a few of these. I gave 2 or 3 of them away in giveaways and stuff like that. And I see a couple other people using them as well. It just stands out. You can see what it is when somebody's using it. But the 8Deco has got the holes in it, and I really like that for that reason, to resurrect the fire when you put this down in there on it. But I like this diameter for my tamping, for the just general tamping and whatnot. When I tamp, I don't really tamp. I usually stir. I usually stir the bowl sometimes, and then I dump the ash, and if needed, I will just tamp it lightly to push everything back together inside the bowl and smoke from there. So what's your opinion on a Tamper? Do you like the bigger 8 Daco one with the holes? Or do you like one this size without the holes? Or do you like it smaller in diameter so you can fit to the bottom of any of your pipes? But even the corncob pipe, a couple of them have tapered bowls where you're limited on. Some Tampers won't get all the way down into the bottom of them. Like I got a Peterson pewter Tamper. It's shaped like Sherlock Holmes. And 2 of my Peterson pipes, it'll only get down about 3/4 of the way. It won't fit all the way to the bottom. And I was like, that's a Peterson Tamper, and it don't fit the Peterson pipe. Can y'all hear that? The fucking Uber guy, idiot. They come pulling up with their music blasting. I don't trust Uber Eats or Grubhub, where people bring you your food from them places. I don't trust them. Especially when they come pulling up like that and they're just noise pollution with the music blasting. Half the time they get out, they're smoking cigarettes in there, your food smells like smoke. Or either you'll have 2 or 3 people in the car when they deliver your food. Man, Uber is just a whole nother can of worms when it comes with me. I mean, he's playing good music, but not while you're working, not while you're making deliveries in a residential neighborhood. That's just disrespectful, in my opinion. Oh yeah, she's smoking good, catching up. Another ½ inch, it'll be perfect burn line all the way around. I'm gonna jump off here, guys. Let y'all figure out what y'all gonna do the rest of this wet, rainy Sunday. At least that's what it is here. The weather person, my wife, said that it's supposed to rain for the next 3 or 4 days. That's what she said yesterday. Said it was supposed to be raining for like the next 4. So now that would make it the next 3. But who knows? Sometimes they call for stuff and you never get it. I think my wife is more predictable than the weatherman most of the time. But anyway, I will talk to you guys later. Probably catch up with you tomorrow sometime. And remember, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. Lemonade. And with that being said, until next time, you know what to do. Stuff them and puff them. Smoke them if you got them.